Hello y'all, welcome. My name is Lauren, and right now, like the entire stationery community, I am figuring out my lineup for 2026, and it's so exciting, a little bit overwhelming this year for a lot of reasons we'll get into. Overall, it's just an exciting time, and I'm already like looking forward to my books in 2026. So I'm gonna go through, as you can see, my Hobonichi list, very chaotic. I'm also planning on buying some stuff from Traveler's Notebook, and I am in the US, so I will be talking about like the tariff situation and shipping, which I know totally understandably some people are tired of hearing about. But yeah, definitely use the timestamps down below to skip around. And thanks for being here. All right, so first things first, I feel like I've seen maybe like literally two. I was gonna say a couple, but I think it's honestly been like one or two people saying that like the way Hobonichi rolls out their lineup is like a marketing gimmick. To me, it's not a gimmick. To me, it's just good marketing. A gimmick is like any carnival, basically, like mile-long hot dog. I don't know, maybe that's a little too fun of an example. It's like the games where you have someone who's like, I don't know, what, like shouting, I guess, at people, like, come prove you're a real man by punching this thing. I don't know, obviously I don't really play carnival games, but to me, a gimmick is something that's like intentionally misleading. If it's not like outright fraud, I think it's more like, you know, yeah, just misleading, I guess. To me, I really love the way that Hobonichi rolls out their whole lineup, mainly because they have so many products. Like, I think it's at least over 100 unique products in addition to like stuff that they restock from past years. So I think I would be more overwhelmed if it like all just dropped on one day and I was trying to figure out like, you know, what's new, what's like a set, you know, so I don't know, I really like it. That's just me though. I do think there's plenty to criticize about Hobonichi in general, but not their marketing. I think Helena from Tiny Tiger Co. had a really great video on like the paper issues last year. Really insightful, so much more eloquent than I will be, so I won't even try to attempt to kind of go through everything that she says, so definitely check out her video. But basically this year, they were like, the paper is fixed. Also, if it's not fixed, it's because it's naturally is, you know, variable, which I don't know, isn't a great apology, but hopefully this year we'll all be okay. And if we're not, we'll get through it, I guess. I feel like, you know, this year a lot of people were like, maybe it'll be better, it'll be fixed, but I think if it's bad this year, like 2 years in a row, I think that's really concerning. Yeah, so that's my quick hot takes, I guess, on Hobonichi as a company. I do love this year's theme. I love the couple of new artists that they have. I think all of the collaborations were really original and unique. And I am kind of relieved that none of like the Hobonichi exclusives really caught my eye, except for the tiny robot. We'll put a picture of him over here. But that's like a free gift exclusive, so I don't know if he really counts, but like Junji Ito, Tamagotchi, Frog and Toad, I know people were so hyped. That was like not even part of the main announcement, but they've had so many fun collaborations. They all look really cool. Okay, so I'll just get into my list and then I'll put like pictures up over here so we can see what I'm talking about at the same time. So Hobonichi Weeks is actually my very first Hobonichi, this one in 2024. I also didn't know that the whole cover situation, so sadly, this little cat had a bunch of foiling on the stars that's like all rubbed off. So tragic, live and learn. And then this year, none of them really caught my eye. I ended up going for Denali and the Midnight Sun, and then I was so hyped, actually pretty, I don't know, in the spring, this Constellation cover from 2023 came back in stock and I jumped on it on Yoseka, and I really love the combination of these two together. So the first thing first, I like, probably I'm gonna put these together, and I really love the Yumi Kitagishi weeks. Again, yeah, oh yeah, we're putting the picture over here. Particularly the spine I really liked, but then it's like, if I'm thinking about these on my shelf, I don't want just one blue one and then like another black one. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's kind of like a tiny petty detail to fixate on. So anyway, suffice to say, spoiler alert, I am not going to get any Yumi Kitagishi, despite me that being like my mainstay this year. Obviously, we could see this guy. Yeah, I got all the covers this year. This year, I was really taken by, and I'm so sorry for the pronunciation, I should have looked this up, but Kyohei Sakaguchi. Wow, super, super talented. I think that's going to be my weeks for next year, just because it's like different enough from the blue one that I think it won't bother me that it's like black, blue, blue. But I think it's kind of like a Sin City vibe, you know? So I think that is going to be really fun on my shelf. Super talented artist. And yeah, that is pretty much what my lineup is going to be for next year. I did have, you could see on here, I started by writing out literally everything that caught my eye. And that was $254 before tariffs or shipping, which was way over my budget. Ideally, I wanted to be below $200 before tariffs and shipping, which I was able to get this down. So as you can see, I really love that artist. I think they're all super unique. I was really tempted by the A5 landscape notebook, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought I was just buying it because I really like the cover art, which, you know, honestly, if you, how much was it? Like $14? If you want to spend $14 and just use the cover, the front and back cover as like prints, honestly, I don't think that's too insane. And you just have all this really nice paper that you could do something else with. But for me, it just wasn't in the budget, but I would do it, to be clear, if I had the room. So if anyone wants to do that, I totally support you. You go for it. So yeah, I nixed that one, but I am getting, where is it on this list? I don't know why I wrote all of these. That artist is the only one that I wrote in like 5 different places. But anyway, the Kyohei Sakaguchi A6 cover. Ta-da! Nice, lovely blue sky. Really obsessed with it. I think that's like, I don't know, just like a literal breath of fresh air. Actually, I think I saw someone else say that. So definitely a mutual sentiment, but I think that's really lovely. And I think I'm going to pair it with the Yuri Sanae cover on cover for A6. I think it's called Swan Lake. So I think those two together are going to be really nice. And I've never gotten like a cover on cover. Like I just have obviously Yumi, just the clear cover. So I'm really excited to see those two like combined. I think the Weeks was like the first one that I realized that it was like a thing to get cover on cover and how they can like combine designs and be extra unique. So yeah, I think that's going to be really fun. So that's like the two big mainstays. I think, as everyone knows, or if you don't know, basically I was going to get an original anyway, so it's fine for me, but a lot of people buy more than one cover. But this year you cannot buy a cover in the United States. I'm sorry. In the United States, you cannot buy a cover without a book. I've seen different things, different places saying that might not be the case. But I believe directly from Hobonichi, at least, you have to buy a book and a cover together. Yeah, so that was $62, which was quite the price increase. I believe last year it was $48 for, I actually didn't get Yumi Kitagishi directly from Hobonichi. I got Kubota. Actually, yeah, let me grab that one. Yeah, so this is the cover that I got last year directly from Hobonichi with the book that's in my current lineup, and this, yeah, those two together were $48, which I don't know. I like double checked it. I was like, that can't be right, because to me, beyond everything that's going on, that is like a pretty steep price increase. Yeah, I don't know. Numbers are hard. Maybe I'm just wrong. But at least for me, I believe that that's what it was. And yeah, last year the stationery really didn't catch my eye. I think the only thing I regret buying was this Tragan like pouch. It looks pristine because I've like barely used it. It was really nice, but I kind of wish I like held out for an actual Tragan cover, especially this year, like the mustard. I think that one's super fun, such a nice fun color. So I don't know, down the line, I think maybe it seems like they're going to keep adding to that line, which is really cool. So hopefully I'll be able to get it in the future. And then, so exciting. So Hiroko Kubota, her design for the Weeks. Actually, in 2024, it was probably on a couple other things. But anyway, I got the Weeks, but they're bringing back this design on some blank notebooks, A6 and A5. And I love this design so much. And again, I was just like, I'm going to get both sizes. I don't know what I'm going to use either for, but I just love the design so much. I know I'll use it eventually. So I kind of took another look at that and I realized, you know what, I'm just going to get the A6 because I know I love that size and I use it a lot. So I think this is the only blank notebook that I'm getting. Is that right? Oh, well, yeah, okay. So I'm getting that blank notebook. And this is also like a blank, yeah, just a blank notebook. So this is actually A5, but I already have another backup A5, and I don't have a backup A6. So we're all making great choices, basically, is the verdict there. So I'm getting that one, and then I'm also getting the weekly, oh, actually, I lied. So this, this says weekly insert, $8. I believe I actually decided I'm getting the Memo set, and I think that's like $11, but I'll put up on the screen exactly what it is. And I'm just getting that for like work tasks. The more I think about it, I think the weekly, I think I would just use like a Memo better. That's kind of what I do now. I have this like little, let's see, just like this little memo pad that I put like my tasks on, and then I use like the little paw print actually to like indicate if I've made progress to that task. And then I fill in the paw print when it's done. Super fun. So this system is like working now, so I don't think I need to get like a whole weekly schedule if I'm just using a notepad, like a sticky note right now. So I think a memo pad is just gonna be like a little bit more permanent. I like forget that this folder exists, or this like pocket exists. So anyway, that's my plan. Gonna tuck the little memo pads in there. So hopefully that'll work out. And so let me just check. I think that's all of the notebooks. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's all the notebooks. And then this year in general, I think they really killed it with the stationery. I think they had so many products that were super amazing, especially the collaboration items. I know the pencil boards for like One Piece, Junji Ito, those were all super, super cool. I guess I don't even know if those are stationary. Those are more like their mainstays, I guess. But yeah, those were really lovely. And I'm very relieved that I am not in those fandoms, or, you know, obviously I respect those artists, but, but yeah, those did not catch my eye. You'll see on here, yeah, I think the first thing I have was the minä perhonen flutter washi. I think I tried to buy this last year, and I'm pretty sure it was like a Japan exclusive. Like you could only get it shipped if you were in Japan. So I am really doubtful that they expanded what they ship outside of Japan this year. But I like double checked, I don't know, maybe I can't read, but I'm pretty sure it's available outside of Japan. So that's the only thing. Okay, so that's the first stationery I listed. And that's also the only thing that wasn't, when I like price compared to US retailers, that's the only thing that wasn't available, which kind of makes sense because I think it's like, it's not by Hobonichi, it's by MT washi tape. So yes, that's the first piece of stationery. And then again, the Yuri Sanae, I loved the Swan Lake vibe. So I feel like there's like 2 sticky notes and then there's layering stickers. I thought both of those were really cool. And then because it's hard because you like want things to match, and then Hobonichi's like, yes, of course, here's everything that matches. So again, not a marketing gimmick. I think it's just good marketing, and they know what people want, and they're correct, because I probably would not buy either of these 2 things. $11 if I did not get the cover on cover and like want it to match, which is $7. So what is that? $18 right there I could potentially save if I just like cut out all of those 3 items. But for me, it's still not at the same price as a Tragen cover. And it's fun stationery that I know I'll use, so I put that down. I did, however, cross out literally all of the Yumi Kitagishi stationery, which I didn't even realize until I'm like looking back at this list. It's like I did it like one by one, and then I was like, oh wow, all of it's crossed out. Mainly because she's gotten extremely popular, and I think a lot of places carry her designs, like I think Jet Pens, Yoseka, Nico Neko. If I do want a couple of these items later, I'm sure they'll be available like on those same places. Again, like for a markup, or, you know, not for the original Hobonichi price, it'll probably be like double. But I have a feeling that those are gonna like definitely restock. She's very popular, and so maybe that could wait till like next year or something. Whereas like the Yuri Sanae, it's a new to me artist, and I haven't seen them anywhere else, so I feel like that's more important to get directly from Hobonichi, since it's kind of like, yeah, again, new to me. I don't know if they're as popular. Maybe they will be as popular, that's would be super cool. But again, the matchiness of it and them being like a new to me artist, I think is what cinched them over over Yumi Kitagishi. Yeah, so that's all that stuff over here. And then the TSUKI no Iro? Yeah, I should have looked up how to pronounce that. But that collection, oh my God, my jaw literally dropped. So much fun. So that collection basically is stationery that matches the month tabs in the Hobonichi. So like these guys, it's all 12 months of matchy. And I have been doing a project where I match fountain pen ink to each month. So obviously that was immediately calling my name. I was like, oh my god, they stole my idea. No, I'm kidding. I think it's like a very obvious, clear expansion of their offering, so I think it makes a lot of sense. So anyway, this is like my August fountain pen ink, for instance. This one is probably one of the easiest ones I did. It's just Kakamori Meteorite with their diluting solution 50/50, and I feel like it, yeah, if I do say so myself, I feel like it's a great match, so go me. So they have a ton of stuff, including Uniball pens, which I didn't catch this when I first saw the reel. I'll put a picture over here. It's very cool. The set of 12, I think, is $30. Honestly, not too bad for Uniball pens. What was a real bummer, though, is that it's existing Uniball inks, and some of them really don't match, in my opinion, to like the month tabs. So that was a bummer and a relief, because they were at first on my must buy, and now they're on my not gonna buy. And I totally understand. I'm sure it was, you know, more time, more money to collaborate with Uniball to get like specific, unique inks for all 12 months. If I was the creative director of Hobonichi, I feel like I would have either spent that time and money to make sure they were all unique and they all matched, or I would not have included them. Ugh, I know. Because for me, I think it's a really fun idea, and they have these like colored tabs in all of their books for forever, basically. So there's no like real time limit on it. You know, I think they could have just expanded this collection next year, in a couple years, with the pens and have it be a more integrated, more complete set that makes more sense. So anyway, again, a bummer and a relief, because I feel like that's a missed opportunity for them. But you know what? They went for it, and they do look really cool. So honestly, the case actually looks really cool. I think, if anything, I'm going to be looking into getting a case that's similar to that. And then the dot stickers. I actually didn't realize this as I was browsing, but each size is its own set. So I thought that was a little bit weird. But I think that's kind of unique. That is how dot stickers are sold. I think you do just buy one size. Like, I think that's what Stayology usually does. So that was just more me not reading. But yeah, I'm gonna get 2 sizes of those. I think they have a size that's like the tiny square size. Then they have a size that like covers the whole number, and then they have like a really big size. So I think I'm gonna get those 2 bigger sizes, not the tiny teeny square size. And then the sticker set I thought was really unique, so much fun. Definitely getting that. That was $6. Love the design, love everything about that. 1,000,000 out of 10. I think I crossed off the translucent sheets. I think that's a really cool product. I don't think I would use it, however, and I think I have other things that are already similar enough, but really unique, innovative. I don't know if anyone else has done something kind of like that. That's like a tip out, but yeah, really cool that it's already integrated into the product. I know a lot of people like fold sticky notes so they could like flap out, but I thought that was super fun. Not worth the $6 in my budget. And then I will be getting these sticky notes. I think I have to double check. I'm pretty sure they're like, you know, the, what is this? The Canmito, Canmito ones. I have to double check the product listing, but I can't imagine that they're different. But they're such a fun size. I feel like they're gonna look so cute. And each of these like little tabby guys, matches the months. So I think that's gonna be super fun. Definitely up my alley. And then the mini card set, again, I think that's really unique, really fun. Love the designs. I will not be sending those to anyone. I already have a plan for those. I think I'm gonna use them as like my monthly overviews and do like a fun little design with them, and it'll be all matched and I'll be elated. So yeah. Okay, so that is everything that I'm getting, and I believe, let's see, hopefully, it's around, actually, I lied. It's not $224. So $224 is the ultimate total, so that includes $30 for shipping, and then $30 for tariffs. Did I do that math right? We'll never know. I mean, eventually I'll know when I go to checkout. So yeah, $224, including $60 in shipping and tariffs. So for the tariffs, there's been a lot, we'll just say. You know, I don't want to get into it. I have a lot of feelings, but you know what? It's stationery season. Let's just deal with what we have to deal with. So for the tariffs, I did 15% of my total, which I think was like 180. But saying that number out loud, did I include the shipping in that tariff total? We'll see. Post me will correct myself if I'm wrong. Yeah, so $224 basically is my number. And then shout out to Atlas Stationers. I believe they had pretty much all of their items up with prices. Like you couldn't order anything, obviously, but that's how I was able to compare prices pretty much. And through Atlas, everything total without shipping, without tariffs is $250. So for me, I think if I'm at or below $250, I will still order directly from Hobonichi because I do like the little robot. And actually my husband really likes the pens. He actually uses like the different colors. I don't know. I could never. But I think it's worth, if I'm at or below, again, like $250, it's worth getting everything directly from Hobonichi. It just like feels special. So yeah, I think that's my plan. There's so much uncertainty right now. I think, I've seen that if the product was made in China, it has a $15 like flat fee. And then if you have like one product made in China in your cart, it applies that flat fee to everything in your cart, which obviously would be insane. There's just like no way that would be worth it. So again, not blaming Hobonichi or their shipping partner. I'm sure they're just trying to figure stuff out too. That was just what someone on Reddit had like estimated, I think before like the, previews went up or when the store was open, just trying to like figure out how they worked. So shout out to that person. I don't know if they want me to say their username, but you could find it. So that was super helpful. Then I've seen other people say that there's like a flat $80 fee for like brokerage fees and stuff like that. So again, that would obviously push me past my make or break number. So hopefully I did all the math right and it is just 15% on top of your subtotal. And it'll be cheaper than domestically, and I'll get the little robot, and we'll all be happy and go about our little happy planner days. So yeah, disclaimer, I'm definitely not saying any of this like I know what I'm talking about. This was just for me to see if I could hopefully get in the right ballpark, and then I'm definitely planning on like doing one cart on Hobonichi and then one cart, domestically, and just comparing the prices as I check out, and hopefully, it'll become, like, again, luckily, I don't think I want anything that's super limited, like Tamagotchi or the Junji Ito stuff or One Piece. So hopefully I'll have time to just, like, be calm and go through my cart and make that decision. I know some people aren't even planning on, like, shopping on release night. They're like, whatever, I'm just gonna wake up and, whatever's in stock, I'm gonna go for it. Wish that could be me. I think I'm still a little too into it, I guess, to not do that. Oh, also, I guess the last thing to note, I don't know if I said it before, but neither of these prices include sales tax either, because, sales tax. I believe it would be the same, question mark. I'm pretty sure you don't pay sales tax on tariffs or shipping. Oh my God. So I think that would be like apples to apples. I think if, whatever extra percentage it would apply to both of them. So therefore I forgot to include it and it's okay. Yeah, so that is Hobonichi, and hopefully we'll all do great. We'll all get everything that we wanted. These tariffs won't even go into effect. Hopefully they'll just, disappear. Anyway, okay. So that is Hobonichi, my current stack. Ta-da! All right, and again, this one in the A5 is just blank. So this is gonna stay the same next year. Of course, I'm gonna do a Techo Kaigi once everything comes in and everything's all set up, so exciting. But yeah, those are my Hobonichi books. And then we get to Travelers, hooray! I am so glad that they like release around the same time. Or at least the previews are around the same time. The Travelers goes on sale in October, which I'll probably get the Hobonichi stuff in like mid-September. So it's kind of around the same time. Anyway, so for me, I'm definitely going to get a memo, a weekly memo. Ta-da! This guy. These come completely blank, and then I put all of these stickers on this year. So, and it's just like a basic kind of layout like that. I use the heck out of it. I think it'll be my like 3.5 year using a weekly memo layout. Travelers also makes a blank version, which is really cool. And I think I used that. I discovered Travelers like mid-year, and then I used the blank version, and then yeah, never looked back. And then I really loved the Love and Trip theme this year. I think this is such a fun design. It's so cool. This year's, I'm not that into the clear folders, which again, hey, just saves me money that I had already set aside for something else, so hooray. But yeah, both of these I think are so fun. Such fun designs, super cute. This year, I like the theme. I think I don't like the clear folders, and that's it. For me, the clear folders, I think it's really the people illustrations. They're in this kind of like uncanny valley where I either wish they had more or less like diversifying details. You know, like the IKEA little guy. Like, I don't think that character needs more detail. I think he's perfect as is. But for me, these are, again, in that like uncanny valley where they're different, but not different enough. Like, for instance, the Hobonichi guide from this year is so much fun. I think it's like so quirky and yeah, just really cool. And you don't have to do, obviously I believe in diversity in general, but you don't have to do diversity through skin color if, you say like, well, that's just Japan. Japan is, kind of homogenous. I think you could do diversity through like body type, other characteristics. But I do think, it just makes for a better design if there were different colors of skin types, different people represented. But again, I think it just makes for a more interesting design. So I think those are a miss for me. But I do love the stickers. Specifically, there's like this one character on it. So dang cute. I know Jobs Journal, he said that internally that character is known as Traveler's Boy. So adorable, 1,000,000 out of 10. So I'm definitely getting the stickers, and I will be getting the pencil boards, which let me see, I think I have this year's. Ta-da! Again, I love these two. I think these are so much fun. And I like the pencil boards for this year as well. I think they're really cool. And these are something that I like to collect ever since I started. So it'll be, I think, my third set of pencil boards. Yeah, and I think total, oh yeah, I wrote it down in here. My TN total, itty bitty on the bottom, is $60 so far. I usually order straight from Travelers Company, so hopefully that'll be okay again this year. Yoseka has a kind of scary alert on their listings that say like price subject to change due to tariffs, which, oh my god. Not being, ornery with Yoseka, of course. They're just trying to do their best and work through it, but just this whole situation is so annoying, which I've said. But I think it bears repeating that it's the worst. So yeah, I think all in, I'm under $300 for my notebooks for next year. That could be a lot to some people. That could be a little. For me, I think that's perfect. I kind of wanted to be at or below $300. So I'm really happy with that. Oh yeah, and I think this does include a blank weekly for the passport inside. For the passport insert. I don't know why I opened this because I don't have one currently, but but yeah, it'll be a weekly blank because I want this to be a pen pal journal. I saw Tyler from Paper and Pencil Co. had one, and I was so smitten. Oh my god. So I'm going to use that weekly insert to kind of keep track of mail and stuff. But again, I'll probably do a whole separate video on that journal once it comes in, once I have it all set up. I'm so stoked. So yeah, so that is included in the $60 number. So yeah, those are my 2026 planner plans. I guess I really should have called it my journaling plans because I'm not really a planner. I'm much more of a journaler. But yeah, I think the last thing that I'll mention is the Kubota 5-year. Ta-da! Oh my god, that design. So much fun. I really wish it would have been tempting as an A6 design for sure. So maybe they'll bring that back in a future lineup. But quick shout out to Claudia from the Cloudy Desk who tested an A6 original in a 5-year. And it's just like, they said that like it's noticeably loose in a 5-year. So the binding is a little bit wider in a 5-year, and you can tell with the 5-year cover. So anyway, yeah, that's just a quick PSA to anyone who also had their eye on that cover. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Please let me know what you're doing, what your planner plans are. And yeah, I'm so excited for all of us, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!